So what's so magic about the square?
Hey! What's up, my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the Magic Square Light of Peace Ultra. So here we are, and there he is, and first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. Right up front here, we have Light of Peace. We know what his name is in a very weird pose. That's a weird pose, I'm sorry. But warning, don't eat anything in this box that can be very bad for you. And so to you, Light of Peace changes from heavy-duty truck to robot and back. I don't know about the heavy-duty part, but we'll get more into that later. On this side, we just have a lovely, lovely sunset going on there. Sure. On this side, we have Destruction. Yeah, they were going for something there. Magic Square, bloody, bloody, bloody. On the top, Magic Square. On the bottom, more warning. On the back of the box, you have a, again, lovely little sunset image there of Prime. And we have tech specs if that interests you. And that's basically it for the packaging. Also included, we have the collector's card with Prime in that same weird pose. And on the back, we have a little silhouette. And again, tech specs if that interests you. Hooray for cards. And moving right along, here we have Light of Peace Ultra. And yeah, this is a very heavily requested figure. I've had people practically begging me to review this figure, and yeah, here it is. Now, if you remember, a while back, I did review the first version of this Prime they put out called Light of Freedom, I believe. And yeah, I mean, it was a fine figure. I ultimately ended up not keeping it. I ended up selling it off because, you know, I in the long run, I wasn't that impressed by it. And this is kind of the same case. I probably will end up packing this back up and selling it because, you know, well, we'll get into it. But if you follow me on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, keep an eye out because this will probably pop up for sale. So, but yes, this is Light of Peace, which is Magic Square's take on a G1 Optimus Prime, our fearless leader. And here he is in his robot mode. He is packed in robot mode. And let's get in close so we can take a look at the details. And there is the noggin. It's a very primey noggin. Now this goes into my first kind of nitpick here is I don't like, if you can see him here, there are these like gaps in his cheeks that I don't like. They kind of irk me here. And the optional head has it too. It's these weird little gaps in between the mouth plate and the cheeks where you can kind of see like all the way back into his head there. And I'm not a fan of that. But anyway, you got some nice metallic blue there for the eyes. You get some hits of gray there. Have a nice kind of dull, like a matte silver there for the face. But, you know, I have my nitpicks with the head, but overall, not a bad looking head. You got the nice transclearance blue windshields there for his windshield packs. You got the little yellow lights picked out. Nice chromed belly grill going on. Got the chrome smokestacks there on the shoulders. And everything you expect from a Prime. Another odd choice for this figure, and this is something that also kind of irks me, is that his hands are done in this, like, the rest of the blue on him is done in a nice bright, you know, a nice vibrant blue, and for some reason his hands are like this, like, pale blue. It doesn't, even his crotch, you can see against his crotch there, it doesn't, that's awkward, but still, that just doesn't, that's just weird why that's a totally separate blue than everything else on him. Why don't they do the same blue? Again, weird nitpick, but still, it's just a little thing that irks me a little bit. But yeah, the little chromed tanks are on the sides of the legs. Dozies with some silver on them. They're actually pieces of die cast. And you got the back. Good. Nice, smooth, clean robot mode. Little backpack going on. This right here, as you can see, is like the roof of the truck on his back. Overall, not too shabby. Now, articulation-wise, what have we got? You shall be informed. So the head can rotate and do a full 360. The head's actually on a ball joint, so you get some wiggly waggly. You can get all sassy with you. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? You know, do all kinds of that. He can look up, do total squirrel. He can look down. Arms can do a full 360. They're on a nice soft ratchet. Can move in and out. Nice range of movement there. The shoulders can actually pull out as well. You have this double joint here, so you can get his arms across his chest. You do have bicep rotation. You have nice full range of movement there on that elbow. You also have forearm rotation if you need it. You got wrist rotation. You do have posable fingies here. So the thumb is on a ball joint at the base and a hinge there, and each finger is on a ball joint at the base, and you have just a single hinge there. So you have some nice posable fingies. The hands can also move back, so you can get a little stop. You can do that. You do have waist rotation. You do have multiple joints in here, so you can kind of get that. You want an ab crunch? You got an ab crunch. All kinds of ab crunching. You can get him to do all kinds of that. You can do the limbo, you know, whatever you need him to do. Whatever you need him to do. Now, as far as legs, we can move these hip skirts here. This hip skirt actually moves with the leg itself, so you can move that up. It can go up that far. You can do the big boot, back, and you have to kind of guide this back down. You can move the butt plate out of the way as well. Back, you can get about that far. Outward, full splits. You got thigh rotation. Oh, another thing to note here about my copy, this could just be my copy, is look at these little red splotches. Look at that. Look at that. It's on both legs, actually. A little bit here, but really a lot here. What happened there? Is that blood? What happened there? And I can't get it off either. I'm trying to like itch it off and everything. I don't know. It's what happened there? Again, that's probably just my copy. But anyway, moving on. The knees. We have double jointed knees. Nice full range of movement there. As far as the feet can move up, the toes can move down. You do have rotation. This whole thing is on a ball joint, so you can rotate it. All this is on a ratchet that can move up and down. And you don't want to do that, but you could if you wanted to. We have multiple hinges there to work with. You have lots of ankle tiltage. Now, as far as accessories go, he includes his blaster here. It's your typical primey blaster, just cast in black. You also get his Energon axe and a trans-clearing yellow. That looks quite nice. And you also get an optional head here. It's the more rounded head. And you also get two trailer connectors for the truck mode, one for MP10 and one for MP44. And that is everything you get with Prime. Now he holds the blaster via the usual tab slot connection in the palm, but as far as the axe goes, you do have to take the axe apart here. Just remove that, and take this, and just feed it into his hand, and then just put the top back on, and there you have the axe engaged. And of course you have the swappable head, and the head's just on a ball joint, so you just rip his head off. I'm so sorry. And just pop the new one in. It's a very tight joint here, but there we go. Get that popped on. There you go. And you have the head sculpt there. Hooray for options. Options are good. And as you could guess, he does have a matrix in his chest. You can just open that up. We have a very nice matrix chamber in there. Nice little hits of paint. And we can just lift this up. I got a little matrix in there, and you might need something to get it out. Come on. Come on. You can get it out, in theory. There we go. All right. Just flew across the room. There it is. But yeah. A nice little matrix here. Done. All in silver with the transparent blue jewel in the middle. I don't think it's metal. It feels like it's plastic. Still. Nice little matrix for lighting the darkness. So there you have that. And now for comparison. Here he is with Masterpiece Megs. As you can see how they look together. Here he is with MP44. Here he is with G1 Prime because he's precious, oh so precious. Aww. And here he is with the Transform Elements Optimus Prime. Now, if we're just comparing these two third-party primes, I mean, they both have their strengths, they both have their weaknesses. The Transform Element version just feels more solid, it feels more sturdy. The Magic Square version, honestly, it feels a little on the flimsy side. It just doesn't feel as solid in hand. I do like the more vibrant red on the Magic Square version. On the Transform Element version, it's more of a pale, more of like a matte red. So I do prefer the more glossy, more vibrant version. The Magic Square version is definitely way more posable. I mean, there's not too many poses you can't put this figure in. And yeah, the Transform Element version is not as posable. Now bear in mind, as I said earlier in the review, I had the first Prime that Magic Square put out, and then I ended up getting rid of that and keeping the Transform Element version. Has that changed? No. Honestly, I would still keep the Transform Element version and get rid of the Magic Square version. And for the record, I'm not saying this is a bad figure. It's not a bad figure. It's a good Prime, but you know, it's just I think also people were hyping this up like it was the second coming of Jesus or something. Like it just, and I don't know. I'm not as impressed with this figure as people were making it out that I was, you know, going to be. But as always, to each their own. You like what you like. If this is the definitive Prime in your collection, then God bless you. Enjoy it. You're not wrong, and I'm not saying you are. You like what you like. Just my own personal opinion. So. There you go. So that is basically it for the robot mode. So let's get down to transformation, no matter the cost. So first we're going to start off with the arm. So you want to take the forearm and just rotate that inward. We have this panel here. Going to open up. And we're just going to bring that out. We can take the hand and just flip that into the forearm like that. And then you want to take the whole bicep here and rotate that in. So now you want to take the arm and just bring it out. There's also a little panel in here you want to flip out as well. So get that out. And now you just want to bend the arm down at the elbow. And now you want to take all this and just bring it up. There's a little notch in there that it'll drop into. Get that sitting just like that. I got that arm all done. Second verse just like the first. And once that's been done, we're going to come back here. We're just going to take this whole backpack assembly here. Just pull this out, get that out of the way. And now we're going to turn him around. We're going to open up his chest. And we're also going to just extend his body. Extend all these hinges here. So we got room to work on the chest. So now you want to just pull out this grill in the matrix chamber here. Pull it as far as it can go. A little wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Then you want to take the section and rotate this around. You also want to take the windshields and just rotate those 180. And you also want to take this and rotate this down. And then you want to take this panel here. Make sure everything's out of the way. Just push that down. And now we'll start working on the back. So what you want to do here is first we'll take his booty plates and you just want to rotate it down so it's sitting right there, and then you want to take these sections and bring them out to the side. They're on sliders as well, so just slide that down, bring that down, and slide that down. This one's a little tighter. This one's a little loose, but you can always just tighten up that little screw right there. Snug that up. And then you want to take his head. Just rotate it 180, take his little antenna here, his horns, whatever, bring those straight forward, and then just take all this and drop it down. So now you want to come here, you want to flip this out, flip out this window, and rotate this forward, and bring that up, flip that out, rotate that forward. And now we can basically just start closing things up. So bring the windshields in and then rotate these sections up. Rotate these sections up. And now you want to take this whole front grille and you want to slide it back. And there's little dovetail notch connections here and here as well. Now you don't want to slide this all the way back because we still have one more piece to connect behind this grill. So just slide it back enough that everything is just kind of in place, but don't fully secure everything just yet. Just get the idea of security for now. So just kind of leave it just sitting kind of loosely, but secured enough for now. So now you want to take the arms and just swing them back. Now you're going to take them and bring them in and just drop them right in here. Just a little tab notch connection there for that to sit. Same thing on the other side. Take that, drop that in, and get that notched in. And once you have done that, you're going to take this bit here, bring that up, and bring all of this up and over. And this will sit right here. It'll sit behind that grill. And now, once you have that in place, now you can take all of this and get it secured up and push it all the way back. And now all of that is locked in place. And now you can close up the doors here. Close those up. Now you want to take this section here. You want to bring it up, take these side bits, and flip those in. Rotate that 180, and then just drop that down. You see there are tabs that'll go into these notches here on either side. So you just get that lined up, and just push that in as far as it'll go. In the central section here, you just push that in like that. All right, so now it's time to work on the legs. So we're going to take this tank here. We're going to just rotate that up. Now we're going to undo these panels here. These panels are kind of scary. There we go. Hold in a little too well, and then they kind of flex, which I'm not a fan of. But there we go. Open that up. Bring that up. Flip this side in. Flip this side in. It seems like this is supposed to tab into this, but it never wants to. I can't get that tab to actually like go in. I think either the slot's too small, the tab's too big. You can always just shave it down, but that's, yeah. So that's doing that. So once we have done that, we can take the whole front of the leg here, take that and just shift that forward. And now we'll take the foot and just bring that up, take this and just rock this to expose those taillights. We can take the foot, just rotate that around. And now we can take this wheel section here. We can slide this out. Make sure you slide it out as far as it will go. And then open this up and open that up. Once you've done that, you can take this section of the leg and just bring this all the way up so it's sitting flush against the thigh like that. And then you just want to take your heel and just flip that up. And we're just going to leave all this like that for now. You're going to do the same thing on the other side. There we go. Once we got the other side done, now we can just connect the legs together. It's just all tabs here, interlocking tabs. Just give that a little push. The first time I tried to do this, this was like super tight. I had to use a pair of pliers to get these tabs actually engaged, but now it's, there we go. Now I got it to actually work without any extra tools needed. Oops, forgot to flip that up. There we go. So now that that's done, we can take this wheel section here, rotate it around, and you can see here there are tabs, two tabs that will go into notches right here. And make sure that's sitting right there. And these notches, especially this back one, can be a little bit of a pain in the butt to get in, but there we go. Try to get that sitting like that so everything's as flush as possible. Then you just bring this around, and this panel will just sit over this dovetail right here. So just get this lined up and get this seated into place. Come on. There we go. Get that seated into place. So you got it looking like that. Same thing on the other side. So we're at the home stretch here. Now you want to take these sections, just bring them back and down. You have a tab right here. It's going to go into this slot right there. Down, push that into place, bring that down, and push that into place. Just kind of straighten all this out back here. Again, these panels don't like to sit where they're supposed to sit, but oh well. Now you take side view mirrors, flip those out. These smokestacks do swing out a little bit, and they do extend, and that's annoying, so annoying. Stay in your home. Sorry, but there we go. There you have Light of Peace Ultra in its alt mode. Can't spin it because rubber tires. But there he is in his alt mode. And it all comes together pretty well, just not as solid as I would like. Well, let's get in close so we can take a look at the details. We got that lovely chromed out front grille, front bumper. We got some transparent yellow in there. Headlights also chromed out. Got the chromed out side view mirrors as well. And you got the rims there. These are die-cast parts. Chromed out tanks, chromed out smokestacks. You can see the back is, not much to it. Got his booty was hanging out back there. And the taillights done in yellow and red. These panels not wanting to stay secured does irk me very much. Again, that's something you could probably fix by just shaving down those tabs, or even maybe just kind of opening up that slot a little bit more. So, just out of the box, that doesn't really work as it should. But there is the top, there is the bottom. He does roll as rolling things should. Hooray for rolling. And for comparison, here he is with G1 Prime because he's precious. Oh, so precious. Aww. Here he is with MP44. And here he is with the Transform Element, Optimus Prime. So you can see how that works out. So there you go. Now, as far as weapons, can you store them? No. No, you can't. Ah, well. Now, as I mentioned earlier, you do get 2 different trailer connectors here. One for MP10, one for MP44, which is quite nice. And these just tab into these 2 slots right back here. And there he is with the MP10 trailer. And there he is with the MP44 trailer. So, there you go. So there you have Light of Peace Ultra. And, yeah, I mean, it's a fine Prime. Again, I'm just not as impressed with this as people were saying I was going to be. I mean, he looks good. I have my nitpicks with like the head sculpt and the hands. I got some ugly paint blemishes on mine, but again, that's most likely just my copy. The truck mode looks good, but you may have to do some modding to make those back panels sit where they're supposed to sit. It's a good transformation, some good engineering here, but ultimately he just doesn't feel as solid. Again, he feels a little flimsy. The truck mode also just doesn't feel as solid. So overall, I don't think this is a bad Prime. It's a decent Prime, but I've had better. But hey, that's just my 2 cents, which is not even worth that much. So, again, as always, to each their own. So there you go. Now I picked this up from TF Safari. I'll put a link to their site in the description down below so you can check that out. You can also check out the third-party Transformers playlist for any reviews you may have missed. Also linked in the description down below so you can check that out as well. And I think that's it, so don't forget to check out EmGo's, check out Love, Peace, Paranormal, follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below, and I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So, there is the Magic Square Light of Peace Ultra, and this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, palm in your face. All right, Megatron. One shall stand, one shall... Wait. Do you have to say that every time? What? The whole one shall stand, one shall fall thing. I mean, you say it every single time we face off. Well, I mean, it's my thing. It's my thing that I say. I know, but can you just switch it up a bit? Like, it's clobbering time. Yeah, no, we can't use that. That's somebody else's. Ooh, how about, I hope I don't get hurt? I mean, that's just a given, but it's not really a good war cry. I think that belongs to somebody else, too. Ah, I got it! Yippee-ki-yay, mother! No, come on now, we're a family-friendly show. And it still belongs to somebody else. You know what? I give up. Just say it. Are you sure? Yeah, just say it. One shall stand, one shall fall. Yeah, whoop-de-freaking-do.